One. And live. Oh, Michael, Andrea, I'm really happy to see you there in Rome. A little bit envy of the weather because here in Brighton in UK is so bad. The weather is so horrible, but there looks fantastic.
I love rainy weather.
All right, really?
That's my favorite weather, is the heavy rain like this. I love it. So I really do.
So you should be in London. You should be in London.
Swap.
Rain. I prefer to be in Rome in the rain, because I've been here a bunch of times and it never rained like this ever before when I've been here. So it's been really nice, very quiet.
You know that I lived in Rome for 1 year, I think 1 year and a half. I lived in Rome like 8-9 years ago. Living in Rome is fantastic for, I think, 3 days. And then, you start to eat a lot. You start to go very slow. So for work, it's a bit tricky. I don't know, Andrea, if you live it like that. But probably go shooting is a fantastic city.
Yeah. So, I think shooting movie in Rome or in general in Italy, I think is amazing, because I see from Michael and many other friends that when they come in Italy, that they love to work here, because on top of the beauty which we have in Italy, I think Italians are really beautiful people, no? Make you feel like you are at home. And I think this is one of the most beautiful things actually which we have in Italy.
It is.
It really is. It's my favorite city on the earth, actually.
Rome is fantastic. Also, just to have a little walk around, it's fantastic. And what movie are you shooting right now, Michael? You were there just rehearsal or getting ready for the movie. What kind of movie is it?
I'm doing a Christmas picture with Tom Arnold. It's about some thieves, but it's a family picture. It's a Christmas holiday picture. There's kids in it, and I'm actually dressed as an elf in the movie.
Which is so funny. If you see him as an elf, it's so funny.
Wait, did you say an elf?
Yes.
It's a little bigger to be an elf, but he's a very good elf.
Yeah, so, I love Tommy.
I think I have a photo here.
He's dressed like Santa Claus, and I'm an elf, and so it's already funny before you even open your mouth. So
let's see if I have a photo.
Tommy is a great guy, and he's really fun to work with. And I rarely get asked to do a comedy or a family picture, so for me, it's very nice. I've been really jet lagged, and it's hard to catch up to the time change. But once we get going, it's been really great.
How does it work, guys, with this COVID situation on the set? What kind of what are the main differences there to when you need to shoot a movie in this condition, in this situation? So can you shoot it normally, slower? How does it work?
It's actually a very easy thing, because people who like complaints, they complain about, but actually is a very easy thing. Yes, we need to do a test every day. Everyone who come on the set must do a test. If they don't do a test, also if they can come to say hi, also they must do a test. But on top of being very hygienic and clean everything and respect and doing the test, in the end is actually the same. The issue comes if one of the crew members is positive. That for a producer become a very big issue, because we need to stop. And then you need to check if everyone is negative, and then you need to start again. So it become a financial problem, because maybe you need to stop 2 weeks. I give you an example. In LA, I was doing now another movie at the same time, but we stopped it because one actress basically she had so she was not positive herself, but someone nearby her was. So we had to basically postpone, and now we do the shooting, for example, in January. But outside of this unique situation, because in general you test every day, everyone, and then in the end they are all day on the set, so they don't have time to go around to get the COVID around. So in the end, outside of that, everything is fine. And now in Italy, from August to now, we did 2 more movies, and we didn't have any issue on that point of view. So in the end, is a good message for all the one who work in your space. You can work, we can work. Here I have a little surprise.
Right.
I have a Michael photo. I don't know if you can see that.
Oh my goodness, yes.
Michael as a elf. So you are the first one on seeing that.
Wow, Michael Madsen as an elf. This I will write it in my CV, my curriculum, Michael. But how is playing a character like that, Michael? Because usually I don't know how to say it properly in English, but you're usually a bastard in a movie. I don't know if it's the right way to say. Your roles are always like the buddy, and so the elf is not properly the classic role for you.
Well, it's an adjustment. I mean, but it's fun. It should be fun, and it is. It's nice to be lighthearted, and Christmas is coming, and we're doing a Christmas picture, and I love Christmas. It's one of my favorite holidays, and because I got a bunch of kids, and Christmas when I was a little boy was the only time I remember my parents being happy with each other, and so it's nice to put the gun down, put the cigarette out, not use curse language and punch people and that sort of thing. It's a pleasure. It's been fun. It's been nice. It's like I said, I don't get often offered this kind of stuff. So when I have it, I try to make the best of it. But I can only count on the people around me. If Tommy wasn't good, it wouldn't work. But we have a great chemistry together. So it's been.
You are amazing.
It's been pretty funny.
You are amazing on everything you do and all the time. Me and Michael, we already did 4 movies together. The last one was with John Travolta.
Right.
Co-lead with John Travolta. And in that movie, to make you understand how he works, he is so inside of the part. So he did himself all of the action scene which we had a double for. He say, no, I won't do that. So he driving himself this car, doing a racing around, and so all of the most dangerous things. He say, no, Andrea, I must do that. I won't do that, and he did himself. So because he's really inside of the, so it's amazing. We have the double all the time, but we never use a double because in the end he does all. Yesterday on the set, he told me, Andrea, Michael in a few days will have a scene where he to jump down because and he say he will try to do himself. And I say, but we are worried about it. I say, don't worry, no one can kill him. He will kill someone, but no one can kill him. He can do.
But what about the insurance? I mean, it's good for you. You have less, you cut some expenses on the doubles. But no, Michael, but you try to do your stunt yourself?
He's taking care of me. It has nothing to do with expenses.
Right.
No, because we have the double all the time, but he doesn't do anything, no? Because he loves to do everything. So,
can you imagine being in a race car picture and getting in that car and you hit that toggle and start that thing up? Don't you want to drive it? I mean, how would you not want to do that? I mean, that was part of the reason I like to do the picture in the first place is the race car picture. You have to have the fun of driving the car yourself. I'm not going to sit there and watch somebody else do it. I mean,
yeah, I love it. How did you meet, guys? When did you meet? And I mean, you, Andrea, you just called him and say, hello, it's Andrea Iervolino. And he say, oh, hello, Andrea. How did it happen?
We did the first movie in 2014. I think it was 2014.
Better memory than me.
Yeah, 2014. And we have a common friend in Canada, and which is a little bit a crazy guy. And he's here now. You cannot see him, but he's here. And
he's over there.
His name is Bruno. So he's the one who introduced us.
Yeah, he's my manager. And these guys, they knew each other. So they got me involved in the middle of that.
And I think Michael is one of that actors which in reality is a really complete artist because he can really do whatever. So yes, he's well known for the Tarantino movie and all of these action movie where he played a bad guy, but in reality is a 100% complete artist, so he can do whatever, and you can you understand that by working with him all the time. If you put him in a drama or if you put him in a comedy, he will have the same result as the movie. So the same acting performance which you saw in the Tarantino movie or whatever. Whatever he does, he's perfect. I really enjoy to work with Michael because I know the product which will come out will be an amazing product.
Oh,
movie already on the schedule in January, so he will be back.
Yeah,
he will be back in.
I'm bring my one of my boys over with me next time. You know, it's wonderful to be here, but I always miss my sons. I miss my boys when I'm here, and I next time I'm hoping to bring one of them, at least one, with me. You know, before before I'm with the cane and it's over.
You'll never be with the kid. By the way, Michael, I was checking before the list of your movies, you know, because obviously I remember, Kill Bill, Pulp Fiction, Donnie Brasco, but you did so many. I show you, maybe I have it here. Look at the list. I mean, it takes like 3 hours just to see, you know, the full list. How many movies have you done? Did you give the count or not?
No, honestly, I don't. I think I've done some good pictures, and I've been very lucky and very blessed because I've done some good pictures. But you can't do all of them great because sometimes it's not up to me. You can only be as good as the people you're working for. And I've been lucky, and I've done some good ones, but there's a few that I'd like to get a hold of the negative and burn it. And I'd like to do away with some of the ones I've done. But at the same time, I'm no different than a bricklayer. I'm no different than an architect. It's my job. And on the IMDb, sometimes it's out of line. It says many more than there should be on there. But I'm proud of the ones I've done that are good and embarrassed by the ones that are terrible.
No,
come on, terrible.
There's a few that I could do away with, But the good ones are good, and I'm blessed and lucky, and I'm grateful.
Is it true, Michael, that Tarantino was fighting to have you in his movies, and he wouldn't have done the movie without you? So he was really trying to, fighting for you in your role, and he got it. And I mean,
Are you talking about Harvey Weinstein?
Yeah. Is it true that he was fighting all the time to have you, and you only for that role?
Harvey Weinstein was not a big fan of me. He was a very selfish man in many ways. And I don't know why, but he just didn't like me. And wasn't fond of me, put it that way. But Quentin would stand up for me, and he did. He stood up for me pretty much every time to make sure that I got in there. And so there's a documentary that came out that I talk about it. But he's been a big friend and a big fan, and he's a wonderful director. He's a genius, I think, of this generation of filmmakers. And, I don't know how I got lucky enough to be in his graces, but he has looked after me well over time. He's in Israel now.
All right.
He got married and just had a little boy.
All right, I didn't know that. In the here live chat, they are asking when will come out, Kill Bill, the next Kill Bill. Everyone, big Kill Bill fans, of course, but no one knows. We'll see.
I can't answer that question.
But Michael, when was do you remember when was the moment in your career that you started to think for the first time that things were changing and that, your career could have become like this big career that you had, there was a specific moment, or just in the process, one movie after the other one, you discover to be in the great actors of Hollywood? Or was one moment specifically, or one movie specifically, that made all the difference?
My mother called me from Chicago many years ago and said that my name was the answer in a crossword puzzle in a big magazine. It was so-and-so, who is so-and-so from this or whatever. And I thought, you know, if my name is the answer in a crossword puzzle, I think maybe I might be onto something. Maybe I did something good somewhere along the road. It's like this, you know. It comes and goes, my friend. But, I got people like this in my corner. I got nothing to worry about.
Can you please, Michael,
I'm an egotistical guy.
Tell the footprint which you did in Hollywood a few weeks ago? This is important.
You know, I forgot. I did the footprints and the handprints and the cement in front of Chinese theater in Hollywood. And that was a big thing. That's a big honor. That's not something that you get to do every day. And I was staggered by that. I couldn't believe they asked me to do it. It was amazing. It was.
That's incredible. Absolutely incredible. It's a top achievement. But Andrea, what about Michael and the Pope movie? Here in UK, I read on The Guardian that you are doing a movie where the Pope is acting, or himself. Something like, what? I mean, I've never seen anything like that. Is it real? Is it not real? Is Michael acting with the Pope? I mean, what's going on there?
So
he's actually right downstairs. He's right over there.
So the story is this. That movie, we have done that movie a few years ago, and the Pope is not an actor. The Pope just played himself. He did a cameo in the movie, and actually was a movie to promote between young people the message of a presence of God, the presence of Jesus. Because and for me, this is a very important thing, because for me, prayer, spirituality is a big part of my life. I have to say it's the most important part of my life, because I believe whatever happens in the real world, which we can see, happen first in the spiritual world. This is my strongest belief in life. So that in the end, this movie was a charity movie for kids to promote this message, and I think it was a very nice movie, and is available everywhere in the world, on Apple, on in some country, in Amazon, and in many other platforms. We did the premiere of that movie, I think, in 2000, 17. I don't remember now, 16, in Roma Film Festival. And and it's one of that special things which you do in life, not for business, not for visibility, not for to go to take an award, but you do this because you believe in what you are saying, and that's it. But in Hollywood, when we announced that the Pope will be in this movie, they start play around, say, "Oh, now we'll be candidate as a best supporting actor," etc. All of that, which news say to play around something fun, But really beautiful things, and we did also the premiere of the movie in the Vatican, in Santa Marta, and I was really, really, really proud and happy to be part of that movie, a bit one of the financier, the producer of the movie, because it's one of the things which I hand in my heart, and is part of my daily life, which is prayer, spirituality.
Imagine if the Pope win an Oscar for his movie. That would be really incredible. But Michael, about it, talking about incredible people, I mean, you met everyone, like all the actors, actresses, directors, everyone. Is it anyone that you would say that was really incredible and surprising when you met him or met her on the set? Is it any anecdote of your incredible career that you could share with us?
Um, I met Marlon Brando, and that was kind of interesting. He called me an asshole. He was mad because he wanted to talk to his son on the phone, and his son didn't want to get on the phone, and it was funny. It was kind of funny, but amazing. But work-wise, I would have to say Al Pacino. Working with was kind of unforgettable. He has a wonderful presence about him, and he taught me something. You know, I've been with David Carradine and Dennis Hopper. I've been with the best that there is, and I learned from them. They taught me many things that I never forgot, and they were my teachers. And it's hard to pick out one person, one experience to say something. I could go on for an hour about what I've seen and what I've learned and who I've met.
What do you think is different that great actors do? Because I love movies, and I watch so many movies, and sometimes you just I don't know, you start to watch a movie, the great actor come in, and after 3 seconds you are hooked in. Yeah. Immediately. It feels like that person has a past, there is everything in just a quick way of looking. And other times you see like an average actor and you think, oh, I don't know, there is nothing coming to me. Well, why do you think great actors are able, what do they do different? They prepare in a different way? How does it work behind the scenes?
Well, if I had an answer for that question, I might be up there with the Pope, but I don't know. It's to me, it's a mystery. I think it's there sometimes, and sometimes it's not. I know that it's a blessing, but I don't understand it, and it's a mystery. And I think it's better that it's a mystery. I don't really want to know.
Right.
If it's there, it's amazing. And if it isn't, there's not much you can do about it. So,
yeah.
Pacino told me once that if you're doing a scene, sometimes if you believe it enough, it actually happens. It goes beyond pretending. It actually emotionally happens for real, on a real level. And it doesn't happen all the time. It's a strange thing, but I don't know what it is. I wish I had.
Yeah, the magic answer. And when you were shooting like Kill Bill or Donnie Brasco, during the shooting on the film, did you realize during the movie, during the production, that was something really special, or it was just a normal movie and then it happened to become a super incredible, successful movie?
That's a good question. Sometimes when you're making a picture, you're thinking in your head, this is going to be great, but it doesn't turn out that way. And sometimes you think, this is horrible, this is a disaster. And then it turns out wonderful. So I don't. Again, I don't know. It's I'm not good at that. I just do my thing. I hope for the best, and I've been right a few times, and I've been wrong a few times. But I think it takes a lot of different ingredients. It takes a lot of people. It's not just one actor. You got to be surrounded by people that you respect and people who know what they're doing, and you can count on them and trust them. And it's not an easy thing to do. That's why not every movie is great, because it's not an easy thing to do. It's quite difficult, actually.
What about all the production, Andrea? Because you're producing now a lot of movies during this this period of your career. where do you start from to try? I know that it's hard to anticipate a success, otherwise it would be so easy, to produce every time a success. But do you think are the most important ingredients in this recipe, at least to try to have your best shot?
Like what Michael say, you never know. No? So technically, if I can speak about technically, because when you speak about emotion and art, each of us, we have a different point of view, no? Because someone can like more something, and someone can like more something other. So speaking about our business in a technical point of view, when you receive a project, a script or something, and you need to decide if you will go ahead or not, the job which you do is you have people who read for you and with you, and each of them will give you basically an opinion. And in 10 lines will tell you, the story is this, my vote is this, and you try to be as objective, not subjective, but objective as possible when you take the decision. Because in the end, on the business point of view, on the technical point of view, you have in the industry people who decide if that project needs to move forward or not. And more or less, these people think in a similar way. Because each of the technical people around our job, around the financial job, they know specific metrics, which is very bad to speak about our business in this way, because it's art first, in my point of view, and then also it's business, but business come with that. So you need to make these two things match. So in my life, when I did the project which I was feeling, in the end I was right. And I can give you 4 or 5 examples of that, which I keep forward without say, okay, I stop because my people tell me no. And in that case, actually, I was right, and this movie became successful, and we got awards, and so we had both of the things many times, and I think this is the problem in our industry, specific in the way we do the movie, where they are international movie and they come basically from Hollywood, let's say, because they are meant for a worldwide distribution. You have all of these technicians around you. You have all of these rules to respect, which in the end, the movie become a movie which is perfect inside of that box. And maybe inside of that box become a perfect project, but maybe it's not the one who will stay in the history, no? And who which you will remember forever. And I think that movie which you will remember forever, there is none amazing. Now, I don't want to say any name, but one of the best movie ever, which had that specific director. I don't want to say his name because I don't speak bad about anyone. He just did a movie for $200 million movie, so it was a very big budget, perfect project. If you see the script, so it's a perfect script, which is all the logic. In the end, you watch the movie and you feel totally unattached. So you feel just okay. And this is one of the best. So in the end, as you can see, it's not the budget which change you. It's not. So it's that things more, which I think no one actually have an answer.
Yeah, Andrea, that's a good point.
Because I'm authorized to tell you this, because this is a things which make us think about. I met there is an actor. His name is Keanu Reeves. No, his sister bringing me a project. The name of this movie is called To the Bone. Okay, so in Italy, for your Italian viewer, it's called Fino all'osso, and is now available on Netflix. This project they bring to me. I give this project to my office, and they say, "No way! Oh, this is an anorexia movie. Blah, blah, blah. No way! No way! No way! No way!" So I received the most negative, objective review which I can receive from people who need to do sales and distribution, etc., etc. So I come back to Keanu and his sister, and they say, "Sorry, guy, this is the situation, but I believe on it. I put myself X." Keanu say, "I put the difference to finance. So we did that project. That project checked how many awards we got, and also was very, very profitable. And I'm authorized to say that because it's also in internet. That movie costed us only 2.8 million net, and we sold only for one window for $8 million. So it was a very profitable movie to be a small one, and also became in the end a successful movie in festival, etc., etc. So in the end, the point, and I think is an amazing. I would like to give you so many other examples, but I cannot because I have many NDA things which I cannot say. But this is an example where when you feel something, I think you must go ahead. But as a businessman, as a producer, maybe someone as an actor, and then so in the end you are in a dynamic where many times you can't go ahead, no? And one other example was this movie which we released no long time ago, which was called Waiting for the Barbarians. Someone was trying to do that movie from 20 years, and they cannot make that movie happen. When they send me the script in 5 minutes, I say, I won't do it. My office, same story. No, but I say I take a personal risk. And then in the end went well again. But you cannot be right all the time, no? So
absolutely. No, that's really interesting. Also, because I was thinking now, for instance, here in UK, a super success has been the Queens Gambit on Netflix, the television series of the chess prodigy, the girl prodigy. But I mean, if you probably read the script in the beginning, and you see, you know, a chess girl playing chess, you wouldn't bet, I imagine, on a television series like that. But on Netflix was like a huge success, having an impact on chess playing. Chess apps are downloaded more, like it's a global phenomenon. So it's always hard to predict, I assume. And what about the animation? I saw you, Andrea, also doing in animation. Are you doing something also with Michael with animation movies?
An animation with us called Arctic Dogs, which became the #3 most viewed movie on Netflix in US, as known as an original, which, as you can imagine, when Netflix does an original, they push in marketing and so the view go up. But if it's not an original, they just buy and put there, no? So that movie was very successful. And from that movie, we started to do many spin-off. And he was the voice of the yes, a dog.
It's fun to do the voice of a dog. How can you not want to do that? I mean, you know, it was super cool. But you got to have a friend like that for something like that to happen, you see.
How is Michael to do just voice? I mean, because when you see the animation, it feels incredible, but you are, I imagine, in a dark room and you can't move, you don't have the other actors. How does it work?
Well, it's good because I don't have to shave, and I can wear my pajamas, and I you know, you're in a booth, and it's actually very great. I enjoy it very much. It's dramatic and it's just verbal, and you know it's cartoon animated, so it's kind of a fantasy sort of thing. I enjoy it very much. I really do. I've done a lot of video games, and I've done some voices in some cartoon movies, and I'd like to do a lot more of that, actually.
Video games now, Andrea, is a massive industry. The budgets are incredible. Are like Avengers movie now. If I see, I don't know, Fortnite or these video games are incredible. I think it's a big business opportunity there for all the industry there.
Yeah, you know, I think the video game industry is a massive industry. I agree, but when you have in an industry like the video game, some video game which cost like a movie, 150 million, 200 million, you can imagine the level of also of mistake which you have in that industry, and so is an industry which is massive, but also very, very dangerous on the business point of view. So you like in the movie industry, you need to know really well what you do. And in the video game space, we have a beautiful IP in our library. We have on top of the animation character, which all of them now we are doing a spin-off. We have also a surprise for you on that. And so this is another exclusivity we are going to market, because we
get up this morning.
We have also kind of amazing things for Michael too. So on top of giving our IP in license, which they are successful in our company, for example, we don't have an investment line dedicated to video game, because I don't think we are good on doing that. But we are good in licensing our IP, and we have a lot of requests for that. But it's a massive industry, but I don't see myself investing in them anytime soon.
Got it. I have a couple of questions more, and then I'll let you go, guys. Michael, I was sometimes I watch on YouTube some actor studio interviews. I watched one with Paul Newman, or I mean, there are so many actors. I was curious if you had like that kind of education at the beginning of your career, or you just learned on the set. What kind of education you had for your acting?
I can only remember when I was a little boy, watching actors like Kirk Douglas or Robert Mitchum or Sean Connery or Burt Lancaster, Lee Marvin. Those guys were being themselves in a certain way. And I realized that when I was watching them, like Humphrey Bogart, he had to be that way in a certain way to be able to do that. And I that's where I got my education, is watching them. And when I would send interviews, like you're saying, I noticed the similarity in the personality to the characters that they played in movies. And so I realized that there wasn't really a big void there. And it was much more of like Spencer Tracy. Everyone said, oh, well, he always plays himself. And he said, well, who else am I supposed to be? It's to me, that was a really easy to understand. I was building race cars. I was an auto mechanic. My father was a firefighter. He wanted me to be a cop. I was from Chicago. I'm a blue collar boy. The chances of me ending up as a motion picture actor, like my father told me, would be 1,000,000,000 to 1. And so I don't know. I tried to go to acting school, and I tried that sort of thing, and it didn't really work for me. It didn't do much for me. I got a great education of watching the early greats. That was the best thing for me.
Got it. Andrea, final question for you is, what about theaters? I recently read that I think Warner Bros. Is going to release on HBO, possible, all the movies. So the theaters and the streaming, same day, something like that, which is unusual. I mean, it never happened. How do you think will change after this, during this COVID and post-COVID, the movie distribution?
So this is a very difficult question, because I think no one have the right answer. But what I think everyone saw now outside of COVID, because I see COVID only something which did accelerate this process. But what we already saw in any statistic, before we were very worried about the piracy. Oh, they take our movie and this is at the same time. Then actually all of us, we realized that if someone will go to watch your movie in the theater, they will go in any case. Also, if they can find the movie in the same day somewhere illegally. So, and in the end, I think the concept of releasing a movie almost simultaneously in the theater and in platform, I think is actually a smart thing. Now, I know today everywhere in the news, you have Christopher Nolan saying very bad things about that, and is publicly non-agree about what Warner is doing, and actually work for Warner. No? So the point is I believe the future is that whatever you do to try to stop the future, you can't. So and I see the cinema as something which people will always be open to go. They will go. They will keep going on the cinema, but the cinema will be just an experience. So you go because you want to watch that movie in the cinema. If you don't want to watch the movie in the cinema, in any case, you wait. Or in any case, if you are not a tech person or you understand anything, you will be able to find that movie. In any case, the day after, when the day after the movie is in the cinema, the day after is already available in streaming somewhere. So in the end, speaking about business, because in the end we need to finance art through business, because if we don't have cash, we cannot finance any movie. Speaking about business, I think is actually a very smart thing. Now, you need to find a way where you can protect the cinema as a cinema and as a place where you can watch a movie, and also protect a company who is basically going in this new direction. One last thing about this. If you see today, the market cap of Netflix is over 200 billion. If you see the market cap of Disney, which is one of the best company in our industry, is very nearby the Netflix one. It's only maybe 5-7% above that. So in this make you understand, and Disney is a company who have revenue for almost 100 billion per year, and Netflix have 20 billion per year in revenue. So you see the history of the cinema. One of the best companies in the world is worth almost like a streamer, no? So you can see the future of the investor who believe there is going there, no? So you need to adapt yourself, because if you don't adapt yourself, in the end you will die. So I think what they're doing, maybe not in this specific way they're doing, I don't know, because I didn't have the time to analyze what they're doing. It's not that specific way, that way, I don't know. But for sure, that is something which everyone will do. And
Got
in
it.
the US, by the way, already exists that. The movie which me and Michael we did with John Travolta, which is also a very successful one, went in the same time in I think 100 cinema in US in the matrix, and in the same time went in streaming in the main platform, the best top platform which you can find in the US. And so that is a business which already exists. Okay, so it's not a new things which they invented now. Absolutely. Was never done for a movie which cost 150 million. So for blockbuster was not that, but that is a business model which worked really very, very well. And the movie which Michael did with again John Travolta, that was a movie which the theater, they had a lot of people going to watch a movie because they want to watch that movie in the theater. So then was not a movie for the theater only, but was for this day and date business model. So I think that is the future. I think
what will happen. Guys, thank you so much. Michael, thank you so much for your time. Andrea, for your time. Can you freely walk in Rome without being asked a selfie every 2 seconds, Michael, or not?
Well, it doesn't happen every 2 seconds, but people in Rome are, if they're not a tourist or something, the people that live here, Italian, are very respectful. And I never feel that way. Most people are very, I don't mind that. I'm not against it, and I'm not like that. If people are nice and polite to me, I'm blessed. And I'm happy to do that sort of thing. Sometimes it happens a lot, and sometimes it doesn't happen at all. So I don't walk around expecting it or thinking of it. If it happens, it happens. But in a city like this, I love it. It's wonderful. it's a blessing.
Fantastic, fantastic, guys. Thank you so much, and good luck for everything. Bye, Andrea. Bye, Michael.
Thank you. Ciao.
Adios.
Thank you.